back to the Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and we are here to end Chapter 5 and go on to Chapter 6, where Chapter 6 is the ending of the main story of Danganronpa of this game. We're almost there. But first, let's get done with Chapter 5 in this episode. Now let's see if you can oh yeah, it's not like any other games where I can play something and repeat what they say. I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault. Yoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
And so, because YouTube likes to think that this is coming from the anime, which is false, the execution will have to be, cut off. So, we don't get to see it because YouTube doesn't like copyright. Because this game came first and then the anime came next. So I don't see why this is copyright. What's this? What's going on? How? Hey, was that? Oh, yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego? Alter ego? Is that some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What the?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. What are you talking about like you already won? I barely saw the thing. It was an inch. That stupid virus is fine now. Got it? It's Nakata. You get this bastard slap, but you're never gonna see him again.
Yaha!
So waste away in the garbage room pit. In a way, this is better. This is an even better special punishment. But no. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
Huh? In other words...
No, it's the masterminds that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all... What is going on? The massive high school towers over all the other buildings, especially urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. What is it? What is happening? Are we doing the intro to the whole game over again? I don't know. Havoc Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to be already attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way it is if you are scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What? This is like the beginning of the game all over again. Why is this? What? Where am I? I woke up, my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zoink off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't the classroom I've ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Oh, hello, trash. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream instead of a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I can tell it because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piling high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in, but that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I gonna be stuck in here and there till like wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me. He used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Is that an airplane? How is something like that an airplane over the school's garbage pit? This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. The question is, how did Mikado survive the fall? That's a rocket in a tank. It's better not think about too much about what I'm seeing down here. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm gonna not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Oh, we're going to bed now. That's great. We're stuck in a trash pit. We're stuck in a trash pit and we're falling asleep. Yay! My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed, and all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Oh, what fell down here? I don't know what, wow, what's going on? What the? That strange sound pierced my silent isolation, drew me awake. As I watched, a pile of garbage nestled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell up from up above. What could it have been? I have no idea, but nonetheless, did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Kyoko! A giant piece of trash. Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. We all know who it was.
It smells awful.
This place smells awful. Kyoko!
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. You mean the noodle cup? Yeah! That's right. She gave her head a quick sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Whew, that really hits the spot. Now I got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad idea to be good at. Hey, Kyoko, what do you want to tell me? But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I
abandoned you. Don't say that! You didn't abandon me! No, that's exactly what I did. I've abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Once?
I...
Until recently, I've forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Huh? Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I come to the school. I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happening by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it can also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal out of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because, among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Oh, hi, Kyoko! You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Host Pig Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Host Pig Academy. The headmaster? Why do you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Host Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Host Peak headmaster? Then that explains when Elder Eagle told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I,
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense!
however,
Well, listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there? The
so,
room has been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the dress drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to invest the second floor of the doors using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Host Peak Academy. I found in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for facility use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school? I mean, it's hard to describe. All I could say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? I
so,
can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. The sound must be important and really ominous.
however,
Of course, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that small little break, but we're gonna keep going. Here we go. Woo! Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the video. It had to do with Mukuro
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her? That's a mistake. So then who did kill her? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'm a grammar nerd.
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikisawa was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was the mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimum restrictions, you are free to explore Hotsuki Academy at your digression.
In other words,
The mastermind is admin about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? What makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school's regulations?
hey,
There's one other thing I like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikisawa. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Mukuro. Kyoko, can you explain how it could have been me? I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... Oh yeah, that moment. Yeah, that moment. Yeah, that moment. Yeah, I remember that moment. I almost got killed. During the night?
I
can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability naturally drops me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the doors and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away as I followed it. I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever that mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And that murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It had to be the work of the mastermind. I'll be right back, kid. Sorry for coming back, guys. Sorry about was very. Oh wait, I had to call the mate. But we're going to continue with this. We're going to continue. It all has to be the work of the mastermind and an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this, that with whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if it's true. It means the mastermind could kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but that creates another contradiction. The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mercury. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. Oh, there's the music! Sorry, I love this music. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro is ultimate despair and that she's it. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy? Whoever's responsible for that? They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem
That is despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. And there,
indeed.
make no mistake, there's the root of all the evil that forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Chapter 5, 100 Mile Dark Chain of the Junkie Junkie. And... Nothing happens. No one died. To be continued, which will be right now. We got our Dream Island rocket. Yes. Let me check what the others look like. So 1, 2, 2. Yeah. That'll be the 3. So the 1, 2, 3. The ultimate despair. A group of people caused a tragedy over 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful people group ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now,
Anyway,
Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. It's not fun. We have a way to open this door. Kyoko, can you do the honors and opening that door, please? Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the Headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out that key with the Monokuma design on it, slid into the keyhole. And then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally! We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Sure, I was speaking quickly, but it's long life. And we're already in deadly life. That's great. We're already in deadly life, so that means straight into an investigation after we get up. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you say that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I could remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a secret duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we're made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned. I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, what is this English? When I came here, Wen was looking up info about the school online. What is this grammar about the school online? I never saw anything about her. Let me see, I see Sayaka Leon. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family?
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Havoc Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Giri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Havoc Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'll be reunited after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There's something I want to say to him, though. Huh? What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Oh, Kyoko. Dude, like, I don't need dad. No, nuh-uh. I don't want to. No, I don't want you in my life anymore. Severed? The last thing I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Giri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and then he had a huge argument. And they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I can tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
so,
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But
however,
when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he'll forgotten about me years ago. But your family! To just cut him out like that?
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? I think not. I don't think you need blood to call someone family. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul? I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I didn't know how long, we finally reached the top. We did it! Yay! Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of the door, Host Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember the hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where it will come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Oh, we're in the incinerator. Looks like we're back.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of here there. Now we're back in Host Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Aw, thanks! So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then
then,
let's just get a concrete answer.
in other
Let's
words,
ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Whoa, Giri, Kyoko just saying out front, like, let's go. Let's just ask him. That, you like me cut off, you know? But, if we
however,
try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we found out. It's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. When you think it's gonna happen, isn't?
because,
Because the mastermind is someone that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so,
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Murderer of Death. There's a moment when the were the mastermind with their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. It could be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright, here we go to the gym!
Well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe
I'm
it!
supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought to react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Boom,
You're
boom!
supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If nothing burning exposed during the correct trial, they all will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko?
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
Huh? I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, this is where we're ending the episode. We're into 6 and we're going, and as you saw, it's deadly life, so that means investigation time soon. We're so close to ending the main story, Danganronpa Trigger Havoc. I'm so glad you've been so far with me on this journey, and I would like to say goodbye and see you in the next episode. Bye!